Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey everyone, welcome to the discussion for Shadows over Camelot, which is a game that is insanely old at this point.
Like Brett.
No,
We just played one that was from '86.
That is true. So this game is one of the few that came out that was, it might have been one of the first hidden trader games, and it was one of the first that I did on my channel so many years ago. And my feelings on it is exactly the same as it was back then.
I don't even remember my original feelings.
I remember not caring for it, and I still don't really care for this game. So I'm gonna let you guys go first, because I have a feeling that you guys probably like it.
Wait, you just
more
went
than I do.
first.
Yeah.
Well, on actual thoughts.
Second first,
I'm
Brett.
gonna let you guys expand a
Second
little bit more.
first.
Yeah, second first. So, what do you guys think of Shadows over Camelot?
So this was actually one of the ones early on in our collection, and when we played it before, it was new, it was different, and I think we got at least some good playtime out of it earlier in our collection. And it was one that we could take and take somewhere and play easily, and so it wasn't a big deal. What I really liked is when Steve actually went ahead and painted everything, because then it just made it more fun to
It
look
does
at
make
while I'm
it pop
playing.
a lot more. These are amazing.
Because looking at the original figures is just
A little rough.
it was awful.
I was looking at the pictures on that
Yeah.
earlier, and I'm like, those aren't the worst.
Yeah,
But painted is
Especially from Days of Wonder.
they look really good.
yeah. So when it just made it more fun thematically to play it. So we've had it up to the table a couple times, I think, in the last year. But this is just a one that you can always go back to. It's there. It's not hard to pick up again, and I will always. This is one I'll always go ahead and play again if that is what we're going to be playing. I like the game. I don't always like the trader element, but sometimes if you have a fun trader, it really.
Or one that doesn't know what they're doing.
That's fair.
Oh yeah, tell me about
One
it.
that refuses to play.
So, I mean, as Amy said, this is maybe one of our earlier pickups, but I'll always play it because it plays a lot of players.
Yeah,
I mean, how often can you get 7 to the table?
yeah.
And you can play. There might not be a trader. For a second I was like, we don't have a trader in
Yeah.
this game.
Or I was looking at you guys, and I'm like, I know they've played this game quite a bit. They're probably really good at being a trader. Because if you get a trader that's not the trader
Sure.
all the time, then they could have no idea what to do, or they might show their hand too early.
So I do like it. I mean, especially since it's painted. I mean, this is like one of the first games I painted, so it's not exactly great, but I mean, it's just better than looking at plain plastic. But it's one that I think that the difficulty level isn't so high that you can introduce anybody. I could get Igor to sit down to the table and play this,
Sure.
because it's not that difficult, and it's. I won't even say it's a table hog, but there's a lot of different components and stuff. But I mean, my one gripe about the game is that once you get like 6 or 7 white swords, you're like, okay, this game it could take forever to finish it, because it's like you've got to mitigate the damn siege engines. You're like, okay, somebody get me some health.
Yeah.
And then it kind of snowballs at the end like that.
Yeah, there's kind of that was one of my biggest negatives, was this game has a pacing issue, because once you go after the big 3, the big items, then it's like, oh, I guess we'll try to do this one for 1 sword. Oh, anyone have a 2? No one's getting a 2. Okay, I guess we'll go here and draw and draw and draw. So you go around the table doing 1 action a turn, and it's like, oh, I finally got a 2. Boom. Okay, Brett, I hope you have a 3. Oh, you do? Great. All right, your turn is to move there. All right, let's make it around the table again.
Well, and I think there's a character that's better at fighting the siege engines too, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I don't remember what the other 2 were.
Oh, it's Siege
Percival and
and so
Galahad.
And I found though that it gets a little one-sided when you have that character out, because they seem to just have to stay in Camelot and just smash things.
Nah, the 2 left are Sir Palamedes. For each victorious quest you are on, when the quest ends, you gain an additional life point. And then you have Sir Percival. During the progression of evil, you may peek at the top black card before deciding whether to draw it or another evil action.
Oh, that's
Maybe
good.
Maybe it's, I don't know, I could have sworn one was better. Regardless.
Oh, it was Cat. She just never used her ability.
Nuh-uh.
Sir K. If you are on a quest... Oh, when combat ends, you may play an additional white. So you can basically help.
Roll the die. Oh, I missed it. I can play another card.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, there's you usually end up with like one person just smashing things because you're mitigating.
Yeah, because you have to.
Oh, yeah.
They can come out really, really fast.
Yeah. Right?
Largely agree. There is, in my mind, a fundamental concern I have with especially games that only have a single trader. Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a fun mystery, and it's fun to look around, everything like that, but it really takes somebody who's experienced at the game to know how to be a good trader, and that would not have been me had I been chosen. I was like, whew,
Right.
dodged that one.
Right. I almost prefer games that, like Battlestar Galactica, I think is one of the perfect trader mechanisms because there's two halves of that. The first half, there may not be one, but there's a point halfway through the game where you know for a fact someone is now. And I prefer that because once you realize, unless someone, like you said, is really good at being the trader, it becomes too easy. Like, once you realize, oh, okay, we're all working together on a game that was designed to be against you because a trader's in, it's like Dead of Winter. If you know for a fact no one's a trader in Dead of Winter, it's one of the easiest games to win. So, I don't know.
I
You can
haven't
keep
had
going.
that experience. We just die.
With this
anyways.
one?
No, just
We
in
just
general.
die.
Oh, with Dead of Winter? Yeah, the run-through I did for Dead of Winter,
Winter
once
is
we realized everyone wasn't a trader, it was a piece of cake, because everyone's going all in. Like, no one's hoarding cards, no one's doing anything. I
And
mean,
no one's suspecting anyone else.
and no one,
so.
yeah, you don't have that weird mystery, where Battlestar has that, where it's like, okay, everyone's kind of working together, and then you hand out the new Cylon cards, and it's like, oh, fuck, now who is it? Like, and then the game totally turns on its head.
I mean, there's only 12 copies, so they have to look like something.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it's just I have yet to find a trader mechanism game that does it as well as Battlestar.
You know, it's a lot of luck driven. We didn't really get a lot of these special black cards, like all knights must return to Camelot. That's a killer. You know,
We also
especially-
didn't draw as many.
Right.
Like, we kept like our opening hand almost kind of sealed it against Cad. Once I got all Grail cards at the very beginning of the game. Oh, I had 2, and then everyone gave and then you funneled more to me. So I'm just like, oh, great. All right, we're getting the Grail.
Yeah.
So
As long as you're not the trader, that worked out well.
yeah,
It really-
exactly.
I was like, am I the only one who doesn't have a Grail card? Like, I never got one the entire time.
Yeah, and then that's all I kept drawing. So it became, I mean, but that's the thing is like this game. What bugs me is that it's so slow. Like this game is so slow.
It seems like there's a lot of luck
To
for
play
as
poker.
strategic as it is.
Yeah,
There's a lot of strategy, but the actual play depends on a lot of luck.
yeah.
Sure.
And that's,
You have to change your strategy based off of your draw, for sure.
I mean, but it's like there's no one. I mean, yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't mind it so much if you could take a wound to do the same action, so you can speed up, a quest. But the fact that it's like Tristan's special ability is virtually useless. I get to move from here for free
I think that's a great special action because you get to take essentially a move and an action at the same
once. But that's what I'm saying. I went
until you get called back.
until I get called back. And maybe I shouldn't have gone to the Grail at the beginning, but since I had all the cards, I go there and then I have nothing to do until
Right.
I pop up. So I
mean,
sat,
normally people go together to the Grail to get it done quickly.
Right.
So we just gave all of our cards to you in the beginning.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I didn't have any help until later.
and that's the thing is like, since it worked out because it was just me, so it wasn't 4 of us tied looking for the Grail, and then we could mitigate damage elsewhere. I mean, I will say that this game doesn't have any, I mean, it's not like it doesn't have any strategy.
No.
There definitely is cohesion and cooperation, especially using, okay, trade for me. Okay, let's, we're going to win this quest, so let's move all there so we can heal, so we can use that to mitigate, so we don't have to draw these cards, so we can take the damage. Oh, okay, we want cards. Let's give the special cards to Galahad, because you can play them for free. Like, everyone utilized their abilities perfectly so that we can win. And I will say, actually, my initial impressions of this game was that the game was actively... I mean, it is actively working against you, but it almost felt like it was unfair. I don't think that's the case anymore, which is good, so that's an improvement, because I was like, okay, everyone has to do a freaking negative card. Like, and these are all bad, and so it just progressively gets harder, and there's a traitor, so you're just helping the traitor, so the traitor doesn't really have to try. Those were my initial thoughts. But if you have people who obviously know how to work together, then the traitor does have to try to actually win. Or potentially not. The game could be super random in that Oh, we never got any cards to fight the siege engines. Okay, well, we all died. Oh, we didn't get the Grail. You know. Kat, what do you think?
I think this is definitely a game that, like, if it was offered, I'd play it. If it wasn't, I'd probably just forget about it. Just because, I mean, we just know that there's so much more out there, especially trader mechanic-wise. I would play Dead of Winter over this, just because that's more my... I just like that one more.
Yeah.
But this is good in some aspects and not good in others, and I do think a lot of it has to do with, like, with the pacing.
Yeah.
The pacing of the game, because it went really, really fast at first because we were all very goal driven, and then it slowed way down.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, well,
Not for lack of us trying. I mean, we just didn't get the cards
Correct.
that we needed.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
and there's no way to counteract that. Like,
Yeah.
you just have to hope. Okay, well, let's keep trying to find. Oh, nope. Okay, it's this one. Oh, it's that one. Oh, it's this. Like, and it's like, God, I just wanted. We knew pretty much that we were gonna win. Like, but yeah, I wish there was something. And this game obviously shows its age, I think, because there are no ways to get around that. I mean, well, that's not entirely true. There is like one card in this entire deck that you played. Might be in there.
Reinforcements.
No clairvoyance.
No, it was heroism that gives you an additional sword.
Sword.
That's the only way to kind of quicken the game. If I one additional sword.
If it comes out early enough, you could get it twice, because we did burn through the white cards
true.
pretty quickly.
Yeah, but that's probably my biggest complaint, honestly. I used to hate not the theme, because I like this theme. Gameplay wise, it's not thematic really in any way. It's like, hey, let's go to battle. And you beat them by playing straight. Like, let's go joust the Black Knight. 2-pair. It's very odd to me.
Well, how would you change that?
I mean, I'm not a game designer.
Shadows over Camelot the Euro? I mean, you know, like...
I mean, give it to...
I must trade in my resources to raise this knight and level this knight up.
Well, I mean, you can absolutely have that to where you could go on quests that actually require you to have an army to fight these. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's not thematic. Like, you're playing poker in every quest. I mean, except for obviously the big ones. Well, even just two of them, Excalibur and the Grail. Even the Siege Engines isn't bad. Like, because at least you play fight cards. So it's odd. It's always been odd to me. But I don't know. I don't think I would play this game again. I don't think it offers enough for me personally to... Because it's like, it's fun at the beginning, and then, yeah, that screech to, like, a halt. To just hope that you draw the right cards just to end it one way or
Which you
another.
don't have to go full ham. That's the thing, though. Like, we just chose to go after the big ones.
No,
Of course-
you do, otherwise you lose.
Of course, would your thoughts be different had we not reached a screech point where if we would have gotten all the cards and we would have been done 30 minutes sooner, would you have been like, oh, yeah, I didn't mind that at all?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that if
So
the game was
you
30 minutes shorter, then it'd be
So-
fine, but that's the thing, is there's no
Which it
way...
could have been if she wouldn't have kept us from doing what we needed to do.
I really, truly didn't.
No, actually, I think that's... I mean, if there is no trader, and then you have luck on your side, then yeah, I mean, but you can't guarantee that.
Sure.
In fact, I would say the opposite is true, that it might go longer if you have a trader who is actively, drawing these and holding Grail cards. Oh, no, okay, I'm just going to get rid of these 3 face down to heal. I really need to
Yeah,
heal.
what'd you get rid of at the Excalibur quest?
Normal cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, but that's...
Terrible trade.
I was trying to be as
Nonchalant?
nonchalant.
Yeah. I mean, she did a
Because you
pretty
guys
good
were
job.
doing really great. Like, all these were out before I even was like, I might be able to pull that off.
So yeah, I mean, she didn't do bad because we all thought there was no trader.
Right.
And because of the way the game kind of just naturally progresses, we could have just lost on our own without her even having to try.
That's what I was hoping.
But that's
You're
my...
gonna
That
flip
would be
2 cards.
great, yeah.
2 swords at the end?
Now, yeah, it does come to a screeching halt once you get 7 black, because there's no way you could possibly win.
Yes.
Right. Well, actually, no, you lose if there's 7 black swords.
That's what I mean.
Because you can't
Oh.
complete them.
But that ends. It doesn't keep grinding you through the
Yeah.
rest of the game to finish.
Right,
everything.
and that's kind of what I'm saying about the opposite is
Once
true.
you hit
of
8
it.
or 9 white swords, maybe.
It's like, yeah.
But there's still a chance that you could lose, and
Yeah.
you really do need to play it out.
Well, I'd say even if you got... The only way that you would lose... if you got like a majority of white swords, even 9, like 9 or 10 white swords, the only way you're going to lose is by siege engines. Because even if the trader is not revealed, they can't flip enough black swords to actually break the tie or have a majority. And at that point, you just come back to Camelot and fend it off and do exactly what we did to stop the trader. So that's what I'm saying is the opposite of what you're saying is true. The chances of this game being shorter is less than it being longer, especially if you have an active trader who knows how to be like, oh, they're trying to get the Grail. Okay. Well, they're getting quite a few, but I'm going to keep drawing. I don't want to hurt myself. I'm going to keep wasting Grail cards. Or I'm going to sit here and just hold these spots and keep drawing black. Granted, they can always accuse you, and that kicks you out of the game, but you're still active. In fact, you're even worse off, because then you're pulling white cards from people, and then adding siege engines or drawing black cards.
Yeah.
So, if this game could consistently be an hour, then I'd play it.
Which I think is what it's rated as. It's supposed to be about it. It's supposed to
I
be
think
60
player
minutes.
count dependent for sure on this one.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
It says
table
60.
talk,
I mean, it says
because
60 to
everything-
90.
yeah, kind of-
Like,
okay.
it was
I
90.
mean, there was 20 minutes of tabletop before we took our first turn.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for the time that this game came out, which is actually, I think, when I played it, because it was huge, because I had the expansion, like the
Merlin's
Merlin's
Company.
which basically
Is that
just brings
his
in...
Slaughter Gang?
Yeah, he just goes out and kills. I don't remember what it does. I do remember it brings in Monty Python quotes.
Oh, yeah. I thought I remembered Monty Python.
I thought they
being
were in the
roped
base game, but
Okay.
no, it's in the expansion. Yeah, I think in that expansion you could actually, like, detain people. Have you played with the expansion? Yeah, I think you could actually, like, detain people from doing stuff, but it's been so long. But, I mean, at the time it came out, it was definitely innovative. I see why a lot of people do like it, but for me, it's not my favorite.
Okay.
You guys got anything else?
I think so.
Cool.
It's covered.
All right, scale of 1 to 10. Amy.
Let's say 6.
6?
I like that number.
Okay. All right, Steve?
I'll give it a 6 as well.
Oh, wow, okay. I expected higher, but, I mean, 6 is a slightly above average game, at least in my
It's
ranking.
only-
I'd
Because-
even be like 6.5 because if people want to play it, I'll play it just
Yeah.
because it never really hits the table.
And 6
Sure.
isn't bad for me. You have to
Oh,
realize,
right.
though, because we have so many games that we play,
Mhm.
you know, it's in the genre
Yeah.
of, like, Three Dragon Annie is the worst, followed closely by Lords of Waterdeep.
So, Three Dragon Age is 1, Lords of Waterdeep is 2. Okay,
One
I'm
and a
getting,
half.
I'm getting it. No, I completely agree. Yeah, I mean, 5 is average for me. 6 is slightly above average. I mean, we're not the Dice Tower. It's like, God, this game is just fucking dog shit. 7. It's like, what? What?
Yeah, so it should equate for me.
Yeah.
I'll never play it again.
But like I said, just being
It's a
realistic.
great game. I just don't like it.
You know,
Brett.
No, the Dice Tower's rankings crack me up because they'll be like, look, it's not excellent. Like, I'm not going to give it a seal of approval. 8 out of 10. I'm like, what do you mean? That's a
8 out of
great
10.
score. Anyway, Brett.
But it's not excellent either. They are
yeah,
right.
they didn't put their seal on it.
Despite this playthrough, which was a lot of fun. 5.
Yeah, that's exactly where
Take
I'm
or
at
leave.
as well. Like I would give it a 5. Where I will say previously, I don't even remember what I ranked it all those years ago. I would have probably ranked it lower because I did not like this game. But I think it's fine. It's an average game for me.
10 out of 10. I want to be the trader again. I can't wait.
Cool.
I will give it a 5.
Cool.
Average. Again, would play again.
All
But
right.
we'll forget about it tomorrow. So that's just how I am, though.
So that's our thoughts on Shadows over Camelot. Let us know what you think of the game in the comments below. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.
Nice.
Hey everyone, thank you for watching, and I really hope that you enjoyed the video. If you would like to see more of my content, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the bell to be notified whenever I upload any new content. If you feel like supporting the channel, you can go ahead and click that Patreon link to be taken to my Patreon, and any help is truly appreciated. Other than that, stick around for any other run-throughs or reviews or cool top 10s or whatever I feel like putting on. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.